Thank you so much for joining me today on my first episode of Show Some Love with TJ. I'm your host, TJ, and so let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am a licensed psychotherapist, an anger management coach, and an ordained minister. And you're probably wondering, what is this show all about? Well, let me tell you. The purpose of this show is to help you show some love TJ's way when you encounter PPS. A PPS is a pet peeve situation. You know what's a pet peeve? A pet peeve is when somebody says or does something that annoys you, bothers you, get under your skin. In other words, work your nerves. And I know that we encounter a lot of those situations during our day. A PPS can involve a family member, a co-worker, or even a friend. And yes, I said a friend. A PPS can also involve somebody you don't know, like a stranger. Normally, when we are involved in a PPS, we get upset. Then it's going to show in our actions. For example, we may start fussing or, using profanity. And some of us may start fighting. To me, that's petty drama. And I know that, or we all know what that can lead to. Like, for example, somebody could end up getting seriously hurt, or in extreme cases, somebody could die, or you could end up, going to jail, getting locked up, or, catching a charge. Seriously, people, in my opinion, letting a PPS turn into petty drama, that's not benefiting anybody. So if you're like me and you want to avoid all that drama, then Show Some Love with TJ is for you. Now, I know you're probably wondering, how can I show some love in a PPS? Here's what works for me. There are three principles that are involved. First of all, I show some love towards myself by, respecting myself. Like, for example, I normally use healthy and or positive coping skills in those type of situations, such as praying, self-talk, relaxed breathing, or even walking away. I try not to let the situation get out of hand. Secondly, I show some love by trying to be considerate of that person's feelings or needs. And I know that is so hard to do. And then finally, I show some love by attempting to treat that person like I would want to be treated or would like to be treated. Now, normally, of course, this is if the person doesn't have any deep-rooted issues going on. The person that is going to respond the same way you treat her or him. So if you're nice, then more than likely that person is going to be nice. If you're nasty, then guess what? More than likely that person is going to be nasty. And another thing, if that person doesn't respond to you in a respectful way, then please know this. You're not responsible for how that person treats you. You're responsible for how you treat that person. Again, I know that is so hard to do. But just keep reminding yourself that, you'll benefit from it. Trust me. So let's go over the three principles again of showing some love TJ's way. First of all, or number one, I respect myself. 2, I try to be considerate of that person's feelings or needs. And then 3, I try to treat that person like how I would like to be treated. We good with that? Okay, so let's apply it. Okay, I'm going to give you a scenario pertaining to a certain topic. Today's topic is public courtesy. In other words, showing courtesy while in a public place. There are so many examples of this, but I'm going to talk about one that I experience on a regular basis. Now, what would you do if you were about to enter and or exit a building and the person walking directly in front of you lets the door close in your face? Now, I don't know about you, but that is such a PPS for me. So here's how I normally show some love in that situation. 1, I use my coping skills, and most of the time it's self-talk. Like I probably say, girl, like, don't get worked up. And then I may recite some Bible verses, and then I engage in relaxed breathing. And y'all, breathing helps me, helps relax my body. It helps my body not to be so tense. And then 2, I try to justify that person's actions. Like, for example, I may say, maybe that person didn't see me or had a lot on his or her mind. And then also I try to take that person's needs into consideration. I may say, maybe the person was in a hurry or didn't have time to hold the door open for me. And then finally, I show some love to that person by not being nasty and or confronting or approaching that person. And I know that I wouldn't want anybody approaching me with an attitude over something trivial as that. Now, I would like to hear from you. So please tell me, how would you handle that PPS? You can contact me by email. My email address is showsomelove1 at gmail.com. My email address is also located at the bottom of the screen. So please include your first name, your location, the state that you live in, and your comments. In the subject about topic response. And I will read and share your comments with my online viewers during the next broadcast. And by the way, my show is a weekly broadcast, meaning my show is aired on YouTube once a week. Also, if you are in need of some spiritual guidance, then please email me with your questions. My email address, again, is located at the bottom of the screen, and I will respond to your email ASAP. And then this last segment of the show goes out to my born-again believers, and you know who you are, okay? What would you do if you arrived to work and one of your coworkers or another employee was parked in your favorite parking space? Remember, let your light shine. Okay, so this is all the time that we have today. Again, I thank you so much for joining me on my first episode of Show Some Love TJ, and I do look forward to talking with you again next week. Thank you. See you next time.